We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but we them nothing but Niners.
Shit. Mute. What's going on, faithful? It's your boy Nick, 49er Faithful 365 all day, every day. And to my, I don't know which side that is on the camera, so left, I guess. Breezy, what's going on, man?
What's good, baby?
What's good? What's good? Brian, what's going on, man?
Great, man. Let's get this party started.
Hey, man, we're not going to go through all those formalities. You guys seen it on the screen. Hit that like and subscribe button on all of our channels. Make sure, look, we're only like 50 away from, I believe, 50 or 40 away from 10,000. So make sure you guys get that because that's 3 fan giveaways at once we hit that 10,000, man. But look, it's another Sound Off Saturday. Breezy.
Yeah. You know what that means?
You know what that means, man.
That means the fans get to call in and they get to sound off. I should have put the foghorn right behind that.
Man, I missed that foghorn noise.
We all do, yo. We
Right.
all do.
So, look, guys, we're going to get into this, but first, let's dig a little bit into this game real quick, and then we'll open up the phone lines. We're only going to be here for a quick hour, guys. Wayne's got a gig tonight as well, so we're going to jump off here, but we will be back at 6 p.m. with the crossover show, so make sure you guys have that bell set so you know when we go live. But, look, man, we're facing the Miami Dolphins this week. I'm kind of glad this game isn't in Miami. And the reason I'm kind of glad is because
we lost that Super Bowl in Miami.
Well, look, we lost the Super Bowl in Miami, but also, man, the Miami Dolphins just opened their stadium to entirety.
Everybody.
To entirety. 65,000 fans, man. Now, how many people are really going to go out and watch a football game? There's enough stupid and crazy people in this world to go and watch a football game with everything going on. But I'm kind of glad that it's not in Miami because of that, because it would have been, obviously Niner fans would have traveled and went and seen them. But still, it still probably would have been a takeover by Miami. But look, man, let's dig into this game, man. I want to ask you guys right away, right? Because we talked a little bit about the game last night. We talked about offensively, defensively, players, things like that. What's the biggest matchup you're looking forward to this weekend? Or who do you think has to have a big game this week? So, Breezy, let's go with you first.
Well, Jimmy Garoppolo has to have a big game. Big game meaning he has to come in here and do diligence of being the greatest quarterback that this team has seen in a long time. Because right now, he's coming back with a high ankle sprain. He's coming back off of that high ankle sprain, right? He's got a lot on his shoulders. This team needs a win, okay? There's a lot riding on Jimmy Garoppolo right now. And all I'm going to say is I expect Jimmy to move the ball. Enough said. Move the ball, whether it's 4 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 0 touchdowns, as long as he's moving the ball to the different receivers and not like last week where it was just one guy catching all the passes, I think we're going to be just fine because the running game will be popping.
Yeah, I totally agree. Brian, what are your thoughts, man? Who do you think has to have a big game this week?
Whomever we start in secondary. I think that's going to be the biggest matchups. Parker against either Verrett or Webster or Harris or whoever they put in that other side.
I think Weatherspoon's going to start, actually. I think Weatherspoon and Verrett. And I think we'll see Verrett on your boy Parker. Parker? Mr. Parker.
Now, do you think that Jason Verrett moves around on the field wherever Parker goes?
See, I would be upset if that happens.
I don't think that they go. No, I don't think he travels.
I would be upset if that happens. You know why I would be upset, Nick and Brian? Why would I be upset if that happened?
Because Richard Sherman doesn't do it.
Okay. Because they asked Richard Sherman wanted to do that. He wanted to follow Hopkins across the field when Hopkins got toasted and boasted and stuff like that, and they gave up that touchdown. That's That's the whole argument with him and Tony and Mr. Odin, whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? That was that whole beef bicker. Why am I not covering this dude? Clearly, I get it if it's a speedier guy.
Right.
I get that. But you're talking about a guy who's just a great wide receiver. He can cut, he can do those things, but his speed he's not the fastest wide receiver. So going back to this game, Devontae Parker is a different animal, but Devontae Parker, I wouldn't say his game is based off of speed. He's another like D Hopkins type character. This guy's been getting 100 yards every game. 100 plus.
And well, he is coming off injury, right? So that benefits us just a little bit. I'm not sure. Where did we hear that there was a rift between Sherman and Odin, or was that just speculation?
It's probably
mostly speculation, but you saw several training camp videos that showed him pulling well, it looked like he was pulling him off to the side or talking to him separately, and whether that's just to talk to him about how this is going to be his scheme now, and Sherman will have to.
I mean, it could have also been. It could have also been that Richard Sherman, this isn't sticking up for Richard Sherman, but I mean, Richard Sherman's the DB on this team. He's the leader of the DB. So he could have been talking to him about, okay, what did you see from this guy on such and such play? Like, we don't know what that speculation was, right? Because we've heard Richard Sherman come out and say, like you said, Wayne, we heard him come out and say, whatever they want me to do, I've moved. I've played both sides. I've done this.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how old is he? 30, 32, 33, 40?
I think.
It's funny how a 32-year-old is willing to do whatever he needs to do for his team, but there's a 30-year-old that wouldn't be willing to do what he needs to do for his team. It's funny how the difference in the mindsets of these players. I'm not going to mention his name, though.
Yeah, so Niner Rick says, thanks for the contribution here, bud. $4.99. He says, get right game. The boys are back. Time to knock some rust off. Tuna sandwiches for everyone.
Let's go. Hey, Niner Rick. The Hot Boys are back, baby. Yeah. All three of them brothers back, baby.
So, Breezy, we know that you do we know that you do Sizzling Sundays.
Yeah, man.
Your platform, right? So what are you making tomorrow?
Oh man, you got to tune in to the show, man. Because see, we what we doing on Sizzling Sundays, we're gonna do it a little bit different, a little bit proper. So what I did was little inspiration from Brian and his little cookbook and my little inspiration from my taste down in Miami. I'm gonna represent the opponent's fan bases. So you, the 49er fans, gotta beat me. So if y'all want to fight me and take me on in the kitchen, let's go. Chef it up, baby. That's how it's going to go for the rest of the season because I'm tired of trying to find opponent fans. It's hard to find them. So I feel like I'll represent the opponents and then it's a Niner show. That's what it's going to be.
If you want to see Breezy all dressed up in his chef hat, his apron, all that good stuff, make sure you go over there and tune in to Sizzling Sunday on YouTube here, Shoot the Breeze. So make sure you guys check him out. But no, but seriously, getting into this game, look, we talked about Jimmy Garoppolo. He has to have like a game, right? Obviously, we talked about him last night. Is he going to roll out more? How is Kyle Shanahan going to utilize him, right? So is he going to utilize him and get him out of the pocket? Are we worried about that ankle? Is Jimmy worried about that ankle, right? It seems like deja vu, but with a different body part, right? Because we've been talking about, the whole talk throughout the whole offseason when Jimmy Garoppolo was coming back and the whole season last year, how's Jimmy's knee? How's Jimmy's knee? Now it's going to be, how's Jimmy's ankle? And, we say it all the time on this show. We say this all the time on the show is if you're on the field, you should be playing at your full potential. Right now, obviously, you're not going to be 100. There's times where you're not 100%, right? But if you're out there and you're good enough to go, then you shouldn't hold back. Do we think that Kyle Shanahan holds anything back with Jimmy Garoppolo tomorrow?
I don't. I think he lets him do what he does. I just hope that most of that is staying in between the hashes. I don't want to see him rolling out, not right off the bat anyway.
See, I'm different. I'm different. I understand the high ankle sprain. I get it, man. Appreciate you, 90 Gang Podcast. I understand the high ankle sprain, B, and I truly get where you're coming from. But I really think if Jimmy is suiting up, he ain't suiting up to be like to bring a half-ass game. That cat is a warrior. He's gonna come out. That ankle will be taped. All right. And as long as he's not hobbling off, you know what's going to happen tomorrow. Listen, the offensive line is going to play like they've never played before. It's gonna be like night and day from last week. I'm talking about 0 sacks. Yeah, I said it. 0 sacks. I can feel it. I can feel it.
I like it.
All right. So look, I agree with you. I think that if he's on the field, he does nothing hold back. But now let me ask you a question, and this is going to transition into the next position, right? Who's more important to this team tomorrow, playing wise?
Okay.
Raheem Mostert or Jimmy Garoppolo?
Brian, you want to go first, or you got you?
You ready to go? I have my answer, but you go ahead.
So I'm going the most important position. You said most important position?
Most important player for tomorrow's game. Just tomorrow, not going forward, just tomorrow.
As much as you guys are probably going to say Raheem Mostert because he sets up the play action pass, it's still Jimmy Garoppolo.
100%.
That's it. I don't even need to explain
100%.
why.
Brian, you agree, right?
Yes.
So the reason I asked that question is, right, because look, Raheem Mostert is still questionable, right? We know that what we've been getting from our running game without Raheem Mostert, right? And the reason I'm asking this is because, like you said, a lot of people may think Raheem Mostert due to the fact that he's the play action guy, right? He gets the play action going. This team, I'm going to disagree with you guys. And the reason I'm going to disagree with you guys is because I do agree with what you said, Wayne, as in we need that outside speed. We need that run game because it's going to open things up. It's not going to keep the linebackers as safe as they played in these last few games. Look, we just went up against a decimated linebacking core, right? Decimated. But we couldn't get anything to the outside in the run game. So they stayed in their zones. They stayed in their spots. They stayed in their places. And with play action, they dropped back and got into coverage and took the ball, got 2 interceptions, made great plays. But they were a decimated linebacking crew, right? So with the speed that you get from Mostert, if he breaks one on you, look, you gotta play the outsides. You gotta be able to move and play. You can't stay in that certain position and stay at home. Now, can Jerick McKinnon do that? Jerick McKinnon can do that if the offensive line is blocking better, but he doesn't have that speed that Mostert has. So therefore, Mostert getting to the outside, you have to be aware. You're going to slide a couple more steps to the outside on an outside zone, right, as a linebacker compared to staying at home. And I think that benefits the 49ers more because it opens up the play action and the coverage on the linebackers and things like that. So, look, it's just basic opinion, right? And that's why I feel that Mostert would be more important tomorrow because, look, we've seen Nick Mullins march down this field with a Raheem Mostert on the field or, a good run game. And he looked way different than he did when we didn't have a good run game. And the reason was he missed coverages. He missed, he didn't see linebackers. And some of them were stupid throws, right? The one where he threw an interception at, I guess it was at the end of the game. But in the meantime, I think the run game is going to be very beneficial to how this game goes tomorrow. And it's not, me personally don't want to sit here and open this game and say this is all on Jimmy Garoppolo's back, right? Because of the fact that if he doesn't play well, we lose. Now, obviously, the facts are if he doesn't play well, we still probably lose. But if we have a good run game in speed in that run game, that makes Jimmy Garoppolo's day a lot easier. Where if Jerick McKinnon can't get anything going, it makes Jimmy Garoppolo's day a lot harder. So that's where I'm saying it benefits each. But I think that, Paul's.
This is my man right here, bro. Because this is where I was going. As soon as you finish talking, keep going, baby. I got you.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm going to finish up real quick, but I think the run game is really beneficial to getting Jimmy Garoppolo on his take, on his points, and it opens up other people down the field because they have to respect the run game and the speed. So go ahead.
I agree. You're logically, theoretically, you are correct. 100%. I think they come out with a different mindset, though, in this particular game. And the one thing that was thrown off from last week was what Niner Rick just said. If you want to know why the offensive line, and this is not an escape plan for the offensive line. They play like piss poor boo-boo, but the timing was just way off. Okay? The timing was so off, Nick Mullins couldn't throw a wide open pass. That's how bad the timing was off. They're getting their general back. The reason why I said, and I didn't say why, and maybe I should, but the reason why I said that it's Jimmy Garoppolo is because look, he's been gone for a couple of games, right? Him coming out there, commanding his team and leading them to a victory lets me know that this team will be all in here on out no matter what. I know that's what we think. I guarantee you it's uneasy in there. They're losing games. The 49ers have been losing games because of themselves too. Let's call it like it is. They've been making some boo-boos and then they lose the game at the end, right? It's the 49er way. But my point is, I think if Jimmy G comes out here and commands his team, don't be surprised, Nick and Brian, if we see that same pass that you said you've never seen Jimmy throw, Nick, get completed to Kyle Juszczyk out the backfield, third play of the game. Don't be surprised.
Right. And I'm with you 100%, Nick. You know, what you're saying is spot on. But I think the reason that I went with Jimmy is because, first of all, the handoffs and the pitches don't happen without him. But he also brings in much more respect, you know, from a defense than our other quarterbacks will. And so since they have to respect his abilities, I think that opens up a running game. But you could argue it the other way too, that Mostert's running game opens up his abilities to pass the ball. So they complement each other very well. But I still feel that as the quarterback being the most important player on every team in the NFL, really, you know, the question that you asked was which player, right? And so to me, Jimmy is the most important piece to have back.
Yeah.
No, and I completely agree with you guys as well. I think that they're both essential pieces to this offense. They both deserve to get that respect that they get where we walked out. Look, no slouch on Jerick McKinnon. He's been holding us down. But he also gets a spell now. So basically, you know, doesn't have to take everything. So that gives
McKinnon's going to be that much better, though, now Nick. McKinnon's going to be that much better.
Right, exactly, because he doesn't have to do it all, right?
Yes, sir.
So, you know, guys, we're going to open up the text line. So basically what you do is just text 628-888-3443 with call or video or your question over text. I'm going to pull up some questions that we have in the chat as well. But I wanted you guys to get, if you want to call in, text with call, we'll call you back. If you want to come in on video, text with video, we'll get you in on video. Or if you just want to text and ask a question, then just text and ask a question and we'll pop it up on the screen here. You guys are going to get 2 minutes to talk with us, myself, Breezy, and Brian. And, you know, once you're done asking your question, we'll drop you guys off and then we'll continue to answer the question. If you guys are calling in or doing video, please turn the background music down. Yeah, it's the green screen crew, Mike.
Yo, that sounds like a dope group, Mike. The green screen crew.
It's the green screen crew.
Right? That sounds like a dope.
Don't ask me to sing. We'll get Wayne to do it. But
not today.
Look, if you guys want to call in or text in, the number's open now. Just make sure you text with 628-888-3443. Call or video. That's all you need to put in. We'll call you back. You don't need to call, blow up the phone. We'll call you back. So moving on until we get some texts or some phone calls or video. Breezy. I wanted to ask you guys this question. We watched it. How much more do you think this defense benefits from having Dre Greenlaw back compared to Azeez Al-Shaair?
Oh, man.
Now
just stop. The coverage, Nick. One more time. The coverage. This dude as a rookie, guys. Where did he go? I don't even know where he went to school. Arkansas? I looked. The cover. His coverage skills are ridiculous. I love Fred Warner because I think he's the best linebacker on the team. But I think Dre Greenlaw's the best coverage linebacker on the team. And the big lights, none of that phases him. It's all a game. It's all the same game.
He's a technician, you know.
Yes,
what I mean?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I think that's why he fits this system so well. Is this system is more about being a technison, right? The things that you do, working your tech, you're working out the way that you should be doing and playing the play. Now also his background helps him a little bit with coverage skills. Look, Fred Warner's no slouch this year.
Oh, no, right? No, not at all. Not at
all. But Dre Greenlaw is just really good in coverage. So that's simple. We won't move on with that. But I was just saying, because how much do the 49ers benefit from getting Dre Greenlaw back? Because this is a position that we don't really talk about. When he was hurt, right? We didn't talk about, because Azeez came up with an interception last week, but he also got burnt a few times, and we didn't really discuss it or talk about it. So
we lost.
That's
It's
a big part.
I don't think that the drop. I mean, while there is definitely a difference between the two, I don't think the drop off to Aziz is as far as some of the other positions that we had people out for. Like our depth at that position, I feel better about it. So I think that's kind of why we didn't address it so much this last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it could be, because it's not like, obviously, it's not a big drop off like where it is from Nick Bosa to a Kerry Hyder, and or a Kerry Hyder to a Dion Jordan, or whatever it may be. So yeah, you're absolutely right. It's not that point of but it is a big position that we haven't talked about. And Dre Greenlaw was a lifesaver last year, right? Look, in that Seattle game, I'm glad we're getting him back for Seattle because he owns the Seattle Seahawks.
Bing, 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 bing.
So that's going to be fun. So, what do you? We talked about it yesterday. You got a text?
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, man. For my man Mike Ing, man, listen. He says to you guys, how do you think we attack Miami's offense? How do you think we attack Miami's offense? Good question.
Brian, go ahead. I'll let you
as
go
far
first.
as like
how do we attack? What's our game plan, baby? What do you think our game plan is to, attack their offense on the defensive side?
Well, realistically, I don't think that our defensive line is probably going to be doing similar to what it did last week. I don't think they changed it up that much because we still have to cover for a downgraded secondary, right? So in order to do that, you got to dial up the pressure, but you have to be careful because Fitzpatrick can roll out and run. So I still think that they're going to bring a lot of pressure. I foresee that it'll be similar to what we saw last week. But I hope that our the second level there with our linebackers can do a better job. That's how I think we attack them.
Gotcha. Nick?
So the question was asking how we attack the Miami Dolphins offense.
Yes, sir.
And, Brian is 100% correct. We need to attack in the trenches right now, whether we can dial up and get that pressures or be disciplined enough to stay home in certain packages and things like that. I do think that the pressure is going to be one of the biggest things tomorrow, but along with that pressure is discipline. And I think that the front defensive line has to have discipline because just like Brian said, Fitzpatrick will roll out and run, right? He will get out of the pocket. He will get and we know that the Niners struggle with that. They struggle with guys on the run. They struggle with guys who are just running around in circles. And, but the other thing that I think we need to do to attack it is make the tackles when we hit the quarterback. We haven't been doing that well. We've been missing guys, reaching, grabbing at the legs, them getting out and moving out. But I definitely think we need to attack up front in the trenches.
I agree. Sean wrote, guys, thank you for the contribution, Sean. Upon reflection, all right, so we've had plenty of time to reflect, right? Who was the one constant all last year? It was actually Jimmy G, the only chair that didn't change. Don't worry, banning myself, LOL. So Mike wanted Sean banned last night. So if you guys didn't tune into the show last night, you missed it because whatever Sean said, Mike wanted him out of here. I had to tell him that Sean wasn't going anywhere, but
no.
But that was last night was funny. I needed that laugh. I felt like I didn't laugh all week, and I needed that laugh. So thank you, Mike, for being the center of our jokes. Guys, what do you feel about this? About Jimmy G?
Yeah, I mean, was he the most was he most constant, one constant person on this team all last year?
I feel like he. Go ahead.
Do I have to say a player? Because I would like to say Kyle Shanahan. And the reason that I would like to say that is because, yeah, the only game that he wasn't constant, well, I guess, so it wasn't completely constant, was the Atlanta game. But other than that, he was on his money last year.
Wait, no. You're not gonna. Shanahan is on the brink of Wayne's hot seat right now because if you want to know what he was constant at, not going all gas, no brakes. How many of those games that we could have just really blew out those teams? And no, we play soft every time. let's just go back to the last game of last year, the Super Bowl. I was just talking to someone on the phone about the Super Bowl, right? I was just talking to this person on the phone, and they asked me, how did we lose that game? I said it was simple. We went into the fourth quarter with like a 10-point lead, and we just said, rip, and then boom, 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 it all happened in 7 minutes. He was constant at that. He was consistent, constant, and any other word that start with a C. That was Kyle Shanahan. So Nick, you can, you know,
I'm going to stick with a player, and I'll agree that Jimmy.
I love Kyle Shanahan, guys. This ain't the Badger Kyle Shanahan show. This is just saying you are I've except for Bill Walsh, I've never seen a head coach with so much stuff happening on one play. The motion back and forth, watching the defense like not knowing where to go, and then they do something totally different from. It's ridiculous. So he's a genius, but is he too much of a genius to? Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, I mean, look, that answer is it's really loaded, right? Because it depends on how you think constant,
right?
As in a player,
I think
right?
that Sean may be pointing at, the ability, i.e. availability. He was always, he was there.
I think that's what he was pointing at. So
right.
Yeah, I mean,
Nick brought it to the coach. So,
well, no, I was just asking if I could answer a non-player, and I would say a coach if I could. But
I'm reading a comment, a message, and I didn't know this person was saying that, so I can't wait to read it on the air.
I guess you would have to go with most constant, because you can't even say most constant as in, is it that played every game? Was it that when they played they were consistent? Because if they miss games, but every time they played they were consistent, I would go with George Kittle too. So there's guys, you know what I mean? So it depends on how you're using constant. Is it constant to where they played all 16 games in the postseason, or is it constant to where they were constantly consistent in their play when they were on the field? So I can't disagree with Jimmy Garoppolo on that though.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Hey Dom, I ain't talking about replacing Kyle Shanahan. I'm talking about replacing his aggressiveness. That's what I'm talking about. Like, just go drink a Manscaped or something. Do something different. Like, he need to man up, be aggressive all the time. But here's the crazy thing about Kyle Shanahan, right? He'll draw up a play, and then the players won't execute it, but it be the right play. It's weird.
Yeah.
Our boy Noah sent us a message. He said, "What up, boys? Noah here. Always love the show. I don't know about y'all, but I would like to see Kyle come out aggressive." Right? With maybe some deep crosses with Ayuk and Debo, maybe, and let's see Jimmy throw the deep ball. Why not throw the deep ball? Why not? You know what I'm saying? What do you see from Kyle in tomorrow's game, guys? So this question is about Kyle Shanahan and his play calling. What do you guys see him dial up tomorrow?
What we think or what we want.
People are asking some big ass questions right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just give one of both.
All right. Well, I want to see exactly that. I want to see him be aggressive. But what I think I'm going to see is a lot of probably short passes, to get Jimmy back into his comfort zone. And then obviously the run game to make things, open up a little bit more for the passing game later, because we know he's a planner, right? Plays in the first quarter are building up for plays in the third and fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
Right. That's just how he works. And so that's kind of my two thought processes.
Look, Jimmy's first game back, I don't want you to be too safe, but I want you to give him confidence. And like you said, Brian, I think he's going to come out. Look, it's very rare that Kyle Shanahan is aggressive. I think the most aggressive I've ever seen him was the New Orleans Saints game. And that was like, being aggressive as in doing whatever the heck you need to do to get the ball in whatever position.
I was just waiting for you to finish, Nick, so I can post it. I'm just waiting.
So he, I think that what he's going to do is he's going to come out. He's going to try to get the offense in a rhythm. He's going to call simple and easy plays to get them guys going as much as Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't really want to see the aggressiveness coming out the first series. I want to see get comfortable, get where you're at, especially with Jimmy Garoppolo coming off injury. Get the receivers in right. Look, we know if Debo plays, he hasn't really practiced all week. He only had 1 week of practice this entire year.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Ayuk obviously has practiced and can get going and things like that. But aggressive, I don't know if I want them to be aggressive. I want them to be more so, like I said, all right, little 7-yard slant here, get the run game established, a little 7-8 yard slant here and up and out, beat the sticks type plays to get the offense in a groove. So I want to see a long drive the first drive and score, but getting the offense in a rhythm. Not a quick come throw and go down the field, miss. Now you're at 2nd and 10. You miss, you get that. You're 2nd and you get 6 on that. You're 3rd and 4, and then you can't get a run in, and you don't get the first down. Now you're punting. So get these easy plays out of the way, open availability, middle across the field, get the drive established, and then go down and score, and that will help us out.
I like that, Nick. But comparison, you're the Sugar Ray Leonard type boxer, man. I'm a jab, jaw you up. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm, hopefully I win by decision or whatever. I'm the Mike Tyson, man. I want the knockout. You know what I'm saying? Like if Jimmy is reading the defense, because they are the 28th ranked defense in the NFL. That's what they are. They suck. If Jimmy, their DB, not the DBs, but the defense as a whole, if their defense is shown, if Jimmy sees something on that defense, I'm hoping he has the ability, the courage, the confidence to say, check, Mike, 30-16, 19-45, I'm throwing this down the field. Let's go. I'm hoping that's what we see. I'm on the first play.
118 set.
I'm hoping we get something. And if it connects, if it doesn't connect, we know that Kyle is, or somebody is saying we going for the gusto. Okay. But if I don't disagree with the jabs though, because you stab a person 100 times, they're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are not stab, but slit them up. That's what them dink and dunk passes are like. So I like both, but when we gonna see some aggressiveness? This is probably, guys, the last suck team we gonna play all year.
I don't know. We still gotta play the Rams.
Bam!
No.
You know what I'm saying? Bam! That's what I'm talking about. And the Seahawks, they suck too. I don't care if they 4-0. I'm about to say 4-0.
And the Cardinals again, but
yeah, my bad.
No, I understand what you're saying. Breezy. But most guys who box like that, like Mike Tyson and them, like they're still setting you up for that knockout.
Nah, Mike going for the gusto, bro. If he see your chin, dippity dip, and he can get under that chin, you dead. Like you're not waking up.
That's true. But he also throws different punches to open things up to where it opens that player up.
As he got older, yeah, no doubt.
So
as
that's
he got older.
Sometimes you come out, you swing. Or bite somebody's ear.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Breezy wants to be out here biting people's ears off and stuff.
Nah, son, that's the after his trainer died, Mike. That's a different Mike.
You know what I'm saying? A total different Mike.
That's the Mike that went to prison, came back, different. That's a different Mike. I'm talking about Iron Mike, not Mike. That Mike. You know what I'm talking about. Listen, we got a bunch of comments we got to get to, guys. Matt from Central Valley, Cali. Hey, Matt, that rhyme. Matt from Central Valley, Cali. You think our home record is what is because you think our home record is what it is. He didn't write it like that. Because we get complacent at home. Like we handle business on the road, get caught taking deep breaths, and we get back home, and then we kind of like, we just get complacent. What do you guys think? Good question, Matt.
I don't know. Go ahead, Brian.
No, the only like I've talked about before, and like Tony brought up again last night. I think at home they really feed off the faithful, and we're not there. I mean, I know that in the past we came back from that road game. We dropped the game against Atlanta last year, but we didn't do too bad at home, right? Other than that, I mean, as far as dropping games, and so that we should have won. And so I think that this year, I think that's having a huge effect on them, just the different protocols they have to go through, but that not having the people there to play for, that just, I mean, as someone who played football, I mean, you want to go out and you have a great game for yourself, but you want to have a great game for the team, but you playing for the people in the stands, you're putting on a show, as entertainment, realistically.
Good point.
I mean,
All
if you
right,
had a
so
concert and nobody's in the crowd, it's not, you're not going to play off that, right, Wayne?
Yes, sir. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. It's tough.
before I answer that, the 49ers just put out their roster moves. So the 49ers have promoted cornerback Jamar Taylor to the active roster, so he's now part of the 53.
He's replacing Shark.
Right, he's replacing K'Wan Williams. Ziggy Ansah and K'Wan Williams replaced on the IR.
Mm-hmm.
The team also activated cornerback Brian Allen and wide receiver Kevin White from the team's practice squad.
Mike, your boy is there, baby. He ain't gonna see no burn, but he in there, baby.
Ken Webster also changed his number and will now wear number 40. So if you guys look to see who that is.
What was he wearing before?
I don't even know.
I can't remember.
I'm just wondering why. Like, is there a reason for that?
So Taylor,
a DB number now or something.
Yeah, Taylor will still wear number 47. Allen will wear number 48. And White will wear number 14.
Okay. Good points.
So, yeah, I was going to say, let's pick that, and then I want to ask you a question. Brian Sinat, I guess that's how you say it. $20, appreciate you. Did Kyle not letting Jimmy throw, getting reps, in the 2 finals last year contribute to Jimmy not being able to in the Super Bowl when under extreme pressure?
I personally don't think that one plays into the other. We went with our running game because it was the most effective part of our offense.
I mean, we went with the running game because it was just working.
Right.
I mean, do you guys not remember the Minnesota game? Because I remember the first quarter, first half, Jimmy was dicing it up. And then he almost threw that pick to Eric Kendricks. And then we realized we could run because they was playing in coverage. Remember, we couldn't throw the ball over the middle. And then the middle was wide open. So you run it. I don't think that was Kyle's saying, Jimmy, I'm not going to let you throw the ball. I feel like that's where people are getting with that. And I don't think that's what it was. I think Kyle said, yo, why drop back? Chance getting injured or whatever, throw pick, whatever. Yo, we can run. We running for like 9 yards a carry. Let's go. Like, it's working. So I think that's what that was.
Yeah, I think it was the game plan. I mean, look, when you're running the ball and you're running the ball 150, 180, 200 yards per game, there's no reason to change up the game plan. The other thing is like, why did he change up the game plan? Right? Because if we want to go to the Super Bowl, well, Brian just glitched and bounced out. Why did we go and change it up in the Super Bowl? Because running was working, right? So we tried to switch it up in the Super Bowl, and we seen what happened, right? I wish I could phone a friend. If Mike is watching this, we need to get him in here. I just want to hear his reaction to Kevin White.
I got a
guys. I got a question though. What does this mean that Kevin White is coming up?
I think Mike is talking about it here. So I didn't look at it yet because we got a couple of things in the queue. But yeah, go ahead and phone him, man, while I read these. And then you can ask him that question. Why don't you do that?
All right.
Brian. So hey guys, getting Jimmy back is great. But Kyle Shanahan needs a light bulb to go off in his head. Jimmy G isn't Dan Marino being in the shotgun position. Ooh, somebody talk about that. I think that was Tony. Being in the shotgun position isn't his strength. He needs to be under center to give our team the best chance to win. This is Delvin. Stay faithful. Shout out to my man Delvin. What's good, baby? We definitely gonna stay faithful, brother. All right. So let me ask you this, Brian, because Nick disappeared. The purpose of the shotgun is to run certain formations, correct? Like why is it that we line up in the shotgun when we know Jimmy struggles and through his throwing motions in the shotgun? It's not the same.
Why do we do that? I think it has to do with the different play formations that Kyle's coming up with. It keeps the defense honest, and it provides opportunity for some of Kyle's gadget plays, if you will, with the reverses or the
I got you. Those motions.
Anyway, the different motion play action that he does, obviously that works much better out of the shotgun position or situation than it does up under center. So, and I think that's why they do that. I don't really have much more of an answer to it than that.
No, I mean, and I just felt like that's a question that we always see Jimmy get in the shotgun. I mean, it's something he has to progress in, right? I mean, quarterbacks can't just line up under the center all the time, right? There's different formations, there's different personnel on the field at the time where the quarterbacks got to do what they got to do, so that way they can throw the defense off with their emotions, with their how they're lined up, and all those different types of things. So shotgun is pertinent to this particular type of offense because remember, Kyle is not trying to run like the same play like twice. He's not. He might run out of the same formation. He might switch up something. But remember, his job is to confuse the defense at all times. His job is to confuse the D at all times.
Right.
Nick, did you want to take a shot at that question about lining Jimmy up in the shotgun? Like, why does Kyle do it if he's unsuccessful in it?
Well, he has to. He has to because he runs different formations out of the same set. So I don't want to say different formation, different plays out of the same formations and sets. So he has to, and shotgun. Also, I think we're seeing a lot more of it this year because of our offensive line play. So I do think that has a lot to do with it, but you got to also remember, I mean, a lot of it is, it's not, out of the shotgun. We're used to seeing shotgun where a guy just drops back and he's already in a, takes that 2-step drop.
Yeah.
And Mike's calling me back now. But you run a bunch of different sets off of that, out of that formation. So you got to be able to you can't become one dimensional. So it's like not running the football. You got to still be able to run out of shotgun. So I don't really see, he struggles in it, but I think it's still something that the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan need to do.
Good point. Mike, my man Mike says, thank you for the contribution, Mike. He says, do you think Kyle is still being haunted with his play calling whenever he was the OC in Atlanta? And he's only talking about the Super Bowl because this is the only time Kyle Shanahan, took his foot off the gas in OC in Atlanta as an OC. What do you think, Brian?
Well, I still have questions about that time in Atlanta anyway, because he was the OC. He wasn't the head coach. So he can call a play, but the head coach can override him. And so I don't know. None of us do because we're not on the sidelines in that Super Bowl. So I don't know,
Yeah, I don't think he's haunted. Guys, I'm gonna ask you guys to get League Pass, right? And go back and watch some of these games. Probably you'll see some stuff on YouTube, man. You're gonna see Kyle Shanahan dial up a play and it just be poorly executed. Then you're gonna see some plays that miss, right? Meaning that even it wasn't poorly executed, it was just missed, like that throw in the Super Bowl. That was the right play. It was the right play. He was wide open. It was just a miss throw, an overthrow. You know what I'm saying? To a guy that was probably burnt out because it was the last play of the game. Let that happen on the first play of the game. Emmanuel Sanders probably catches an overthrow like that. Probably not. I know he doesn't have that type of speed, but guys, it was like the end of the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we catch that ball, we win the Super Bowl. We're all screaming we're Super Bowl 54 champions. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's not haunted. We just don't see. We're spoiled as 49er fans because when a team, when our teams were winning, when they poured it on, this was before the all gas, no breaks came out. When they poured it on, they poured it on. Steve Young will put up like 42 points a game. Like Brent Jones, Jerry Rice, he was spreading the ball around the field. Like we that was the last time we were probably spoiled. I mean, we haven't won since 94. And we've been winning games or whatever since then. So Jeff Garcia also put up points. We're looking to see that, not just get your points, manage the game, get out there with a win. I think that's the issues that a lot of fans are having with Kyle Shanahan, opposed to just going out there and just getting it. Like go get off 38 and then give up 7 at the end. And here's a good point. Mike pointed this out. The only reason why, Mike. The only reason why Kyle Shanahan was aggressive in the Saints game is because we were down by 2 scores super early. Mike says he did not have a choice. Talk about it. Oh, he finished. Oh, squirt.
He definitely didn't. Definitely didn't.
Sorry, Mike.
Look. Yo, Mike, your boy was escalated to the 53, man.
Talk
Y'all
about it.
already know what it is. It's Kevin White season, baby. Jersey in the building. We taking over, y'all. We taking over.
Yeah.
You know what it is? This team has a Jersey man quota they have to reach.
Okay.
And so when one guy goes down from Jersey, they have to promote. It's like the token black guy in movies. Like they have to have one from Jersey. They have to put him in there.
I wish they could go back and get the guy that they let go to Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we need right now.
DJ Reed.
DJ Reed.
DeMontre Moore.
What is wrong with Mike?
I thought
He's not from Jersey, though,
secondary.
right? He's not from Jersey. That's why. But I'm just saying, I wish they go back and be able to get that particular player because the D line is where we can use, some help in that pass rush, which Brian talked about earlier in the show. Let me get to this comment. All right. Hey guys, us getting Jimmy back is great. Did I read that already? I did. But Delvin had another thing to add to it. One more thing, Breezy. Our boys on offense need to kick it up. Yo, you need to kick it up a notch. Bam. Y'all remember that? Remember Emerald Lagasse? Bam. Kick it up a notch. Y'all don't remember that? Okay. Y'all need to learn how to cook or watch cooking to do something. Up a notch on offense until our defense gets back health. Our offense needs to get some secret gummy berry juice from the gummy bear.
That's old.
Why do I know exactly what you're talking about, though, Delvin? I know about the secret berry gummy juice. The junk came in a little. How was they carrying around potion glasses? And they had the little potion glasses. You know what I'm saying, with the little popcorns. Them cats was getting drunk. That was
and it made the sound when they drank it, like they
It
like
didn't sound like the squirt sound, but it did make the sound when they was drinking it. All right. The gummy bears are something. This is Delvin from Jacksonville, Florida, man, in the building, man. Shout out to you, Delvin. But yeah, that's what we were talking about on the show. A lot of people are asking, why are we not getting, why is Kyle Shanahan not trying to just turn up, Mike? What's good?
Man, he don't like to show his hand. He said it. He don't like to run too many plays. He complained about running too many plays against the Giants. We blew them out. But he don't like to show his cards. If he can win a game.
What's wrong with running 75 plays? Just create 75 new ones.
I won't be surprised if we see the same starting series with Jimmy. The same set of plays with Jimmy.
I said that. I'm out of
I think the opening series is going to be like what we did against the Jets, that run play to Mostert because he's back. I think they're going to run that same exact play, and they're going to see if the defense responds and aligns in order to stop that play. That's what I think they're going to do. But I got a question for you guys real quick, since my guy Kevin White is on the roster.
Oh, Lord.
Who finishes the game with more receptions, Kevin White or Trent Taylor?
Trent Taylor. Trent Taylor 1, Kevin White 0. Why Nick want to laugh?
I'm gonna go with Trent Taylor also, but I think this is a bigger game for Trent Taylor. I don't think it's just one catch this week. I think he has at least three receptions this week.
Man,
and that was my question. And once Brian asks, go ahead, Brian, answer.
No, I think that you guys are both probably right. I think that Kevin White makes a great red zone threat, but so does Bourne. And I think that the chemistry between Garoppolo and Bourne is probably better than Garoppolo and White. I would love to see them utilize Kevin White, but I think that given how Kyle's system works and how he likes to choose his favorites, I think that you see more out of Taylor.
Before Mike came on, I wanted to ask that question was, why are we bringing up Kevin White?
Because James is not
did we lose a receiver I
Richie
missed?
James not ready, guys. That's
Richie
all.
James isn't ready. Yep,
He's still in the practice mode squad. He's just not ready.
True. I forgot about that because we released Sanu.
Yeah.
So we're down a guy.
Here's the thing about Kevin White.
No, wait. I thought when we released Sanu, Debo came back.
No, Debo was back already.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you've got Ayuk, you've got Samuels,
Debo played in
and
the
you've got
game, bro.
Bourne, and then you've got Taylor and Pettis
Debo
that
was
are
playing.
healthy right now.
Yeah, Debo played last week, bro, and Sanu was still on.
I know that. Sanu wasn't on the team last week.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he was.
was. He got
He was?
released after this
Yeah.
game, after the
Oh,
loss.
worthless. Okay, all right.
But here's the thing. Like I want to see Kevin White, persevere, right? I do. I it's something about the vets that I know have this crazy innate X-Men type of capability, but just couldn't figure out a way to stay healthy. But that's the trick, the healthy part. This guy comes in the game and he ain't played a lick it down in a minute. The good thing is he's been with the team in training camp for a long time, right?
Right.
The bad thing is he's old, and God forbid he just goes down, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to lose another vet. I don't want to lose another vet. So I'm a little, I know he needs to come in here and do what he needs to do. I'm sure he will. Question is, can he block as a wide receiver? Can he do all the intricate things that the wide receivers have to do on this offense? If so, I think he gets rewarded. If not, I think he's just a body.
He's only 28, man.
That's old, bro. When you had like 95 injuries, that's old. I said 95. Listen, we got some more comments, man, because I got to get up out of here in a few. Listen, Riggs Murtaugh, he has an over-under. I'm going to give this one to Nick because he's the king of over-unders, right? Over-under, Nick. Jimmy, over-under 300. I am Sparta.
I'm going to go with under. I'm going to go like 265.
Nice. Jimmy has not had a 300-yard game yet. He's playing against a pretty bad defense. Mike, I'm going to ask everybody. Freak that. I like Knicks, though. That's consistent.
Give me the over.
What?
Give me the over. I think he would have had over 300 yards against the Jets if he finished that game. I don't know what his first half stats were, but I think Jimmy would have gone for 302 or 3 touchdowns.
Like he was like,
so
he was 14 for 16 for like 180, something like that. I feel like that's what it was. B, over under 300 yards, Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'm gonna go under only because I think that the statistics that we were talking about before with their secondary were based off of the team playing with injured cornerbacks, and now that they should have healthy quarterbacks, it's gonna affect our ability to pass down the field more so than it has other teams that have played them. So I think he'll be under 300.
Under. I'm going with the over, guys. I feel like I'm
See what y'all
telling
did
you.
here.
I'm telling you, there's something about this.
See what y'all did here.
Yeah, it's black, it's white. Oh, son, pink to be. Yeah. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm going with the over because I just feel like I think we're gonna get the Jimmy G. I think those beginning game jitters are gone. I think we saw that in game 2, and then the injury came. I don't think he's going to allow this injury to plague him to not perform well. If the offense, go ahead. I'm sorry, B.
We know that Kyle's going to dial up plays for both him and Raheem, and so I'm curious as to your thought process on whom he's going to try to get more out of, or who he thinks is healed better since their injury. Maybe
that's a fair question, B. Listen, we've been spoiled by Raheem Mostert. Okay, this guy's taking one play for 80 yards, another play for 75 yards. Like, that's not supposed to happen. Like, it shouldn't happen, but it does happen because it's the way Kyle schemes it up. I'm not saying that won't happen this week. I just think that we're going to get Jimmy to spread the ball out, and I think the wide receivers, y'all want to see the Yak Boys, y'all tune into the game tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. Everybody getting Yak.
So, interesting quote from Matt Mayoko real quick. He says, the 49ers have only 52 players on the roster, which is what we've been talking about, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
They only have to deactivate 6 players tomorrow versus the Dolphins as long as they have 8 O-linemen in uniform. And then he leaves it at this. It's probably safe to assume Richard Sherman will take vacant roster spot before practice Wednesday. Do you guys think that that's what's going on, or do you think we bring somebody else in?
So he's saying he thinks Sherman's going to be back next week?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. He's coming back. He's going at the get right game Sunday night, right? Sunday night, right? Against the Rams? Lambs Sunday afternoon when we play them cats.
I don't even know what time the game is next week. I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was Sunday night. Anyway, if it's not Sunday night, don't matter. I think Richard Sherman be back for the Silence of the Lambs game. Oh, that's gonna be the name
Yeah,
of my
8:20 game. Yep.
I just got a name of my show. Yeah. So I think Sherman comes back. You know, I was listening to Matt too earlier, Matt Miyoko, and he brought up something very interesting. Him and Laura were talking about why the 49ers probably won't go out and sign another veteran on this team. Because veterans play for like veterans minimum, and I think we got where we at B 3 million under the cap right now, baby. Like we tight at the cap. I know that. So guys, that Clay Matthews, the unless those cats, I love Brian. Yo, where do we find Brian? Oh, how did Brian find us? Yo, all I did was whisper the junk, and he had it created right on the spot. That's my man.
I went and stole that shit from somewhere else, man.
It doesn't. You ain't supposed to tell nobody, B. Come on, man. Come on, B.
I give credit where credit's due if I know where it's due.
Bump them. They don't know us. Nah, just messing with you, man. So yeah, I don't even know what I was saying because he threw me off with Silence of the Lambs. All right,
You were asking about the salary cap situation.
Salary cap situation. My bad. I gotta go sing in about 5 minutes.
The last I looked, we were just like at 4.9 or 5.2, but I haven't calculated in any elevations or game day checks for this upcoming week.
All right. I'm sure Brian will break that down. And I think because we're so close to the cap, it's really hard to bring in other players, and we're probably gonna have to go with some young guys or whatever that'll play for like $1 or something, just because we're so close to the cap. We got my man Red and Gold Red and Gold Rebellion. He has a comment for us. He says, I expect Dion Jordan. You might be the only person expecting this 2-player. I expect Dion Jordan to get 2 sacks against his former team. Let's go, Red and Gold. Let's go. Thoughts?
There's always something special about watching a guy go up against his former team, especially if he feels like they disrespected him. That's why I was curious to see if Matt Breida was going to be active tomorrow. Also, there's a couple of matchups that I wanted to see here. Jimmy going up against one of his former coordinators over there. Also, it's a lot to look for, and I hope he gets one. It will be a good. I could see Solid dialing up something for him, something sneaky to get him something. Overload one side of the field for him and let him go out there and do his thing. It'll be interesting.
I just hope he doesn't follow in Alexander's footsteps. Last time we played a previous team, and a Florida team, he got ejected from the game.
Had a monster game though. He was having a monster game, I should say.
Word.
Yeah, he was having a monster game. That was what put me on, like, man, I'm so excited to have Quan Alexander here. Then I was like, damn. Then he got booed when he got ejected because I was in Tampa. But,
Right.
That's crazy, man. Crazy. I don't know. I think, like Mike said, I think if he's going to get those 2 sacks, I think they have to help him. They're going to have to dial something up. I just don't see – look, we know what Dion Jordan is. He's not what he was. He's not that first-round pick player, that caliber that he was before.
He never was.
Right. So, this is he just looks – oh, man. He kind of reminds me of Solomon Thomas out there.
Okay.
At times.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was kind of misutilized too because they used him a lot in like a
exactly
3-4.
Right, that's why I'm saying he kind of reminds me of
So when he
Solomon
went
Thomas.
to Miami, they kind of like you're taking an outside linebacker and making him a defensive end, and having him as a first round pick transition like that.
That's those Pac-10 boys, Pac-12, whatever pack they in.
Yeah.
Look, guys, I really think Dion Jordan isn't as bad as we think he is. I think he struggles on containment and knowing what to do with that assignment because of this scheme, this wide 9. This ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy thing. And he's supposed to be depth, right? He's supposed to be on the practice squad, right? That's where he's supposed to be. Unfortunately, he was able to work his way up into the starting lineup. Man, let's not forget, man, this guy recovered a fumble. He happened to be in the right place at the right time, got us a fumble and a sack in that same game. So all I'm saying is I don't think he's as bad as we think he is. I just think when it comes to the run game, the team, when it comes to the quarterback runs, let me be specific with that, because what's happening is on those zone reads, if the lineman is going in, according to you guys, the lineman is crashing in, then it's Quan Alexander's fault that he's not out there picking up what's coming, the quarterback. He should be spying or doing whatever. He should be switching. And that's the issues that we're having. But to Dion Jordan, he does have to maybe slow down a little bit, because he gets in the backfield and it's too fast, and then the running back goes pew. So it's just like, it's weird. It's weird. Pac-12.
I think they get after Fitzpatrick this week, man. I honestly do. I really think they get after him. He's a guy, he can run if there's a lane, but he's not eluding hits like that. He's not Ben Roethlisberger. He's not shaking off like that. So I think they get busy this week, man. Like I said, it's the get right game. It's the get right
I agree.
week. Hey, get white week. Because Kevin White, get white week. I like that too. Let's go.
Hey, fellas, Vince from New Jersey here. New Jersey in the building. Din. Illuminati in the building. Din. NJ here. Great job as usual, fellas. Is Tim Harris ever going to get a chance? Didn't Tim Harris just come back from the IR or something? Yeah, so he's got to work his way back in there, I think.
He was on the practice squad IR, and they released him from that. Now he's back on the regular practice squad, so he's back up and getting snaps again. But I don't think they elevated him. That's interesting. That's it. Who's playing nickel? Did we confirm? I mean, I know that they just elevated
Jamar
Taylor.
Got elevated, so we're thinking it's Jamar.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna shut up.
All right, guys.
Sorry, I was trying to find information, but
Niner Rick says Mike is manscaping. He's way too chill right now.
Hey, man, it's better. Never mind.
That question, did you answer that question?
Tim Harris ever going to get a chance?
No. The question that was just up there about can we?
Oh, I didn't see
Can we
that.
get Cheetah to fumble?
Yeah.
Right here.
I don't even think Cheetah plays. I haven't seen him
I think
play
he
in
gets
4
like
weeks, Mike.
maybe 7 or 8 snaps.
Can't ain't played in 4 weeks. I'm telling you, the guy, we better stop, because he a little muscle hamster. I'm going to tell you right now. Is the other running back. Some guy I ain't never heard of. I know, because he on my fantasy team, and he been keeping me afloat. That's why I'm not starting him this week. Because I just don't think that running backs run or have been – the running backs have not produced rushing yards against the 49ers. I think they're averaging like 40, 50 yards a game. It's these quarterback runs that –
right, the scramble.
Yeah.
That's what kills us.
Yeah.
So Brian is Parag, Tony's the GM. I don't know who the hell I am. I don't know who Mike is, and I don't know who Nick is. Okay, we'll figure it out.
You're definitely Quan Alexander with the hypeness.
But y'all be trashing that cat every week. I don't want to be Quan Alexander.
Not this, y'all.
No. You're right. Oh man, not this, y'all.
My God.
Well, guys, that's it for the comments, guys.
I'm Dante Pettis.
Nobody wanted to come on?
Nah, you're Dante Johnson, bro.
Yeah, facts.
You're Dante. Your name should have just been Dante.
You got the groin injury.
He definitely has the groin injury too.
All right, I'm getting out of here. I'll see y'all later, man.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up too, guys. We got things to do, but
who did Garoppolo learn under?
Tom Brady.
So who on our team is supposed to remind Garoppolo it's 4th down?
Well, I'm glad that Jimmy Garoppolo learned how to shake hands.
Did you not see the game, Wayne?
Oh no, I did.
Brady's like, it's 4th down.
Right. He didn't know. But do they not communicate in the huddle?
I don't know why they would have to remind the quarterback that it's 4th down.
Because the quarterback trying to make a play. Okay, I got you, B. There was 13 offensive penalties in a row, bro. 13, baby. Yo, it was so bad. It was just bad. I think at that moment, when they finally punted the ball on like 4th and 77, I think at that moment, Brady went and cussed I've never heard Brady curse people out. I heard Peyton Manning do it. I've never heard Brady do it on TV. That's what I'm trying to say. Right. He was livid. And I think they stopped playing for him, bro. I guarantee you he hurt somebody's feelings. They didn't remind him it was 4th down, and I know they shouldn't have to, but he out there trying to make plays.
Bro, you're the quarterback. You're the leader of the team. You need to know the downs.
I got it's not an excuse, bro. But
Yo, the funny thing was,
there should be communication, is my point.
The funny thing was, did you see what Ian Rappaport tweeted? Where he was like, quarterback Tom Brady was in the locker room throwing his helmet.
That's why I thought he got suspended. That's why I thought he got
did too. He put Tom Brady was in the locker room throwing his helmet and yelling, someone needed to tell me it was 4th down. And then some teammate yelled back, you don't have Belichick to carry you anymore.
Ouch.
That's a blow. Like, is things going to start boiling in Tampa?
Nah, because the Patriots, the Bucs had every opportunity to win that game. And it ain't all his fault.
Right, but if there's some sort of dissension in the locker room because of who he is and how he carries himself and his expectations versus what the team wants to do, then if you don't, if the team's not behind you,
it's going to be rough.
You're going to have some issues.
Yeah, but that's my point, which means they ain't winning and we ain't got nothing to worry about when it comes to Tampa.
Right.
I don't care how good their defense is on paper. Like, that's a problem.
You guys were talking about Jordan, and I was just trying to look up who else in that 13 draft, right?
Yep.
So as far as defensive end, so if that was the position that we're trying to address, here is our options, because this is that year. Dion Jordan was the 3rd overall pick, right? Ziggy Ansah, number 5, and then Mingo at 6, and then you got to drop all the way down to the Colts picking up Werner, and then Dante Jones, and that's it. So, I mean, I just feel like he was misutilized, he wasn't utilized correctly while he was in Miami.
Yep.
And so I think that you're going to see a little bit more. Plus, he had some issues, when just like we haven't talked about before, but I'm sure you've read plenty of articles about, young guys coming to NFL, 22, 21 years old, and now you're a millionaire, and they go out and spend their money on stuff that, is not.
We know all about issues, Brian. We know about Alden Smith.
But I read the article. He's been clean and sober since 18, I think.
Yes, sir.
So
if you guys get a chance,
I think we're getting a different Dion Jordan than what Miami got.
Definitely a much more mature Dion Jordan. If you guys get a chance, go listen to his interview with Matt Miyoko. Like, it was really touching. It was really touching to hear a person go through being an alcoholic and all that type of stuff. Like, that ain't easy to shake. Having a drink or two is one thing, but becoming, oppressed by alcoholism, like, it's crazy. So shout out to him, man. Like, he's trying to do it, and he was so happy he got the opportunity to come here, and he went to the practice squad without a doubt. He was like, okay, I'm there.
He's from out there, so
right. You're right. He is from the area. Yep.
Yeah. So, guys, man, it's been great joining up with you guys again. As always, the faithful love the Sound Off Saturday shows. Thanks for those who sent in texts, no video calls or phone calls today, but we'll get you next time if we didn't get you today. Make sure to hit that notification button because we will be going live again at 6 p.m. with a crossover show for the Dolphins guy. Will be joining us on our platform. Other than that, man, I don't have any other final thoughts. Breeze, you got any final thoughts?
Nah, bro. I'm out.
Brian?
Nope.
Let's get this done tomorrow.
Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Check us out here on all social media avenues, man. It's been a pleasure as always. Breezy, have a good rest of the day. Brian, you have a good rest of the day, guys. And other than that, man, anticipate pain. Oh,
prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful.
We out of here. Peace.